Before I even walked through the door, something felt off. The hum of conversation, the clinking of glasses, the faint scent of jasmine from the centerpiece. It should have been comforting. It was my birthday, the one night I expected warmth, laughter, and her. But the instant I stepped inside, my chest seized. My eyes landed on her, standing by the window with him. My closest friend, the one I had trusted more than anyone else. They were leaning close, laughing in a way that felt intimate, the kind of laughter that doesn't belong to a shared joke but to a secret. My stomach dropped, my hands trembled, and for a moment, I thought I might be imagining it. I forced a smile, forcing the ritual of greetings, cake-cutting applause. I tried to drown the nausea in the candle's glow, in the happy birthdays, echoing around me. Yet every time I caught her gaze, she wasn't looking at me. She was focused entirely on him, her eyes sparkling in a way that had nothing to do with me. "Hey," I said when I finally approached, voice tighter than I intended. "Glad you made it." "Oh, I wouldn't miss it," she said, lips curling. But the warmth in her tone was reserved for him. My heart thudded painfully as a voice inside my head whispered, "She's choosing him, not you." I tried to reason it away. Maybe I was overreacting. Maybe it was just a joke, a flirtatious gesture that had no meaning. But the knot in my stomach wouldn't untangle. The night stretched on like a slow, agonizing eternity. Every laugh, every brush of his hand against hers, every glance chipped away at something I didn't realize was so fragile, my trust. Finally, I couldn't stand it. The room blurred around me, faces morphing into ghosts of laughter and celebration. I whispered an excuse about needing air and slipped out. The cold night hit me like reality itself, biting and unforgiving. My lungs burned as I ran, the lights of the city passing in a smear of color. My mind a torrent of anger, hurt, and disbelief. I wandered aimlessly until exhaustion claimed me, leaving me on a quiet bench in the park. The betrayal was raw, but beneath it simmered something more complex, a tangle of denial and longing. Part of me wanted to believe it was all a misunderstanding. Another part of me wanted to confront her, scream until the walls shook, demand the truth. By the time I returned home hours later, my apartment was empty, eerily silent. My phone buzzed, a message from her. "I'm sorry. Can we talk?" I didn't reply. Not yet. The words felt hollow, rehearsed, a feeble attempt to patch a wound already torn open. I needed time, space, clarity. But as the night deepened, memories assaulted me. Quiet mornings she had smiled at me, her hand in mine. Our shared jokes, whispered dreams, promises we had made. How fragile everything had been. How easily it shattered. Days passed. She tried to reach me with flowers, calls, even a note slipped under my door. "Please, I didn't mean for this to happen. Let's fix it." But the truth had a weight I couldn't ignore. I remembered the way she laughed at him, the way her eyes followed his, the way she had chosen him over me, over everything we had shared. It was not a mistake. It was a choice. Then came the moment that changed everything. I was at the cafe where we first met, trying to escape the storm of my own thoughts, when I saw them. Him, his arm around her shoulders, the kind of protective, possessive gesture that made my chest tighten. And then the impossible. She looked at me. Not with guilt, not with sorrow, but with something colder, sharper. Recognition. Satisfaction. And the truth hit me in a way that left my knees weak. This wasn't just about him. She had wanted to hurt me. I didn't confront them. I didn't cry, didn't shout. I walked away, every step a mixture of fury and liberation. The betrayal had fractured me, yes, but it had also unveiled something I hadn't realized. I deserved more than someone who could choose another over me so casually, so consciously. Weeks later, I sat alone in my apartment, the echoes of that birthday still lingering in the corners. Pain was still there, but so was clarity. The anger had settled into a resolute calm, a recognition that love isn't just about passion. It's about respect, loyalty, and trust. And when someone strips that away, no amount of apologies can return it. Sometimes, late at night, I imagine what they say to each other now. I don't know if she regrets it, or if she even can. But I know one thing. I am no longer the person who waited in vain for a love that was never mine. The betrayal hurt. It cut deep. But walking away, truly leaving it behind, became the most powerful act of reclamation I could ever commit. I lit a candle, watched its flame flicker against the dark, and whispered to myself, I survived. I will thrive. The night she chose him over me remains a scar. But it is also a reminder. Some doors, once closed, lead not to loss, but to the discovery of a stronger, freer self. And in that truth, I found an unexpected peace.